So I did confirm my unit came with a little bit wobbly center post, which is not good for stability at speed. Connor's doesn't feel anything like mine, so it's as solid as a rock. Probably gonna see what I can do with felt tape, lower the gap so it doesn't do that as much. We're locked at 20 kilometers an hour right now. It's fairly stable for what it is. The center post thing, I mean, I could always contact the company. I did pay for this out of pocket, so I can always contact the company, see if that's maybe an issue that can be fixed externally without having to fully replace it. But oh, look at that. We're going, look at the sign up there. We're going 22, 20. Oh, it says I'm going 25, 26 kilometers an hour. Crazy. But yeah, so other than that, pretty solid. Brakes are solid. They work good. No binding issues that I've really experienced. I thought I maybe had some binding previously, but it's literally just working the brakes in. They were definitely a little bit more, not sticky before, but they were a little sticky, I guess you could say, previously, but they're much better now, which is good. Speed it up here to about 30 kilometers an hour on the sidewalk. See if we can catch up with Connor a little bit.
So I do want to give an all-around review of the scooter itself. And I do want to say that for the price, it does offer a lot, but the quality control is going to be one of the things that is going to be 50-50, right? You're going to buy this scooter off basically Amazon. You can buy it straight from CUNFON as well. But ultimately, the one thing that you're going to have to look out for no matter what is just like I said in some of the starting clips that you saw, there is quality control concerns in terms of 2 of the scooters out of the 3 that me and my friends have a issue when it comes to just overall being a little wobbly, like the center fork wobbles back and forth. Not side to side, but front and back. And yeah, that can be a little bit of a concern. But I mean, it doesn't really affect the riding all that much. Let's turn onto the street. But I do want to go over the scooter and let you guys know exactly what it offers, because when I was doing my review and kind of like my first like super far from house kind of ride, I didn't go over some of the cool stuff that this thing has. So the center console, as you can see, it does have a fingerprint reader, which is pretty cool. It acts as a lock, so you can lock it up. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the best fingerprint reader you'll ever use, and you can see it handles gravel fine. Currently, we are in sport because I'm about 50% battery.
Are we doing a trail right now? Are we doing the trail in sport or race?
I'm always in position to throttle it, and then if you want to go fast, you can go fast. Hormone's a little too slow.
All right. I wish I could take. Thank you. I told him I'll link them if you want it. They're $35.
Well, whatever mods I get, I'm just going to pay.
Gonna see if I can stay behind these guys for most of this, just so that you guys get a view of one of these scooters completely unmodified. Mine's not all that modified. It's more of a preference thing, like the handlebar changes, as you can see, but like other than that, it's like not really much has changed. It's more of a preference thing. Rainbow Bridge. Yeah, that's no. Off-road durability test. Not, I mean, they're like commuter tires, but not like full off-road tires. So if it puts up with sand and shit like that, you're pretty good. Oh, I felt that. Your braking works good on this. Oh, is that where it ends? Yeah, I guess that really didn't last long.
And that brings me to my other concern with QC. My battery or my charger is broken from factory, which is a little bit of a concern because I have to use my buddy's charger yesterday when we realized that it wasn't working. Scooter was plugged in for about 3 hours, didn't gain a single battery percentage. Switched chargers, it didn't do anything at first, and then it started to gain battery. I contacted them, CUNFON, the company, and they decided that the issue was my battery. So they're sending me a new battery for free, which is good. That's great customer service. But I'm not sure why it like 50-50 works with my buddy's charger. They are fixing it. I wish they didn't have to fix it, but the fact that their customer service is actually good is nice, because a lot of these not so known scooter brands definitely they don't like to stay around for long. CUNFON does seem to be an exception. They do seem to be sticking to their word, their promise, etc. So that's good. Another thing is cruise control. You can disable it in app, but cruise control is very nice. My buddy Pat loves it. The horn, which I was talking about in the video, I removed.
I got nothing. Yeah, if you guys want to play music. I don't got a speaker.
Trying to upgrade the speaker, ended up just taking
Well, no, I can... The upgrade is fine, but when I was thinking about it, I was like, when the fuck am I going to use this and not have headphones? You know?
Yeah, you start want to adjust them. Then you can do like a separate like.
Fuck yeah.
The speaker from, because the speaker on mine was really blown out and crackly, but with that removed, I tried to modify it with an Arduino speaker. It sounded much better. But there's just, until I can 3D print a mount for it, there's just no way it's going to make clearance for turning. And of course, with these scooters, a lot of them, they don't have the greatest turn radius. So you got to come down to a very slow-ish stop to turn on these things. And that doesn't really bother me. I'm generally using it not to speed race or anything like that. So we are in sport, like I said. So as you can see, we're limited to 20. And that was another thing I wanted to talk about in terms of being limited to 20. If I go over 20, it electronically brakes, which if you have a bad grip, you are going to throw yourself over the handlebars.
Another thing I've noticed with this is you can easily brake the limited speed that you're on if you're not engaging the throttle for the electronic braking. A little bit of a downside, as you can see, I'm in sport. I should be capping out at 20. I'm going 25. But if I engage the throttle, I get instant electronic braking back down to 20. It's very, not my favorite, but it is something to take note of for sure. These trails are beautiful, man. Let's see if it'll make up this incline. Oh, with ease. With ease. 14, 15, 16. With ease. This incline is with ease. Oh, sorry, brother. I'm in sport, bro. I'm going 15 in sport up this hill. That's crazy.
That's a steep hill.
Yeah, that's really good for a single motor.
But other than that, I think overall the scooter's nice. I don't get any kind of range phobia. I know some people have issues with like range phobia. They're scared about the desired range. When I got this thing, it was 90% battery, and I was able to put about 42 kilometers on it. Oh, that's what I was talking about turning shit. Yeah, 42 kilometers on it from factory, 90% battery. So that's basically... Oh, that's really steep, and I'm on gravel. Let's test these brakes. They are squeaky, by the way.
You know it's us because our fucking brakes squeak like motherfuckers.
All of the CUNFON brakes seem to be squeaky. So yeah, I was about... I would say that the 50 kilometers range is pretty good. I'm about 215, 220 pounds. This thing maxes out at 399, 400. So I'm getting the stated range. I think they say 30 to 50 kilometers, and I easily was able to get up to 50 with 20% battery left. So there's no doubt in my mind. The throttle not working when you're at 2 bars.
Little dust bunnies going through these streets. Or I guess technically a path. Let me see if I get low here, if I can just gun it to Connor. Nope, she's giving out at 30. My battery voltage has probably dropped below optimal. Fucking catching up to that ass, boy. Nope, gave out at 33. I just flew into so many fucking bugs, dude. Fuck you.
Seems to be a voltage issue. If you are pumping it uphill where the peak wattage of the rear motor goes over 1200, which is what it's rated for, it does peak at 1600. If you do get into that 1600 mark, it does seem that the voltage drops a little bit and the throttle gives out. That's basic electronics. I can't blame them for that. I mean, you shouldn't really be ripping in race mode going up a hill or just on any kind of incline expecting to get full power out of a drained battery. So I can't fault them on that. Again, this thing was 1,099 Canadian dollars before tax. And like, I think GoTrax is one of the other scooter brands that had a scooter close to this in terms of price, and it offered much less. So I would say that CUNFON did a great job with this, and I do want to pick up their dual motor version at some point to do a review on. Maybe I'll reach out to them if they like this video and see if they'll send me one to do a review on, because I like these. As somebody that lives in a busy city in Toronto, an electric scooter is a great way to get around and save money, especially on gas and insurance. Insurance around here, man, can be super expensive, and obviously you don't need insurance with this. So suspension's good. I'm going to let off on the throttle and bounce. You can hear it a little bit, but it's not affecting my ride whatsoever. I do want to go across this bridge here. There should be a bridge up here, I believe. Sitting on Google Maps looking at this area. Ooh, that looks like a steep incline. Let's see what we can do here in sport. Still at 4 bars. Oh, it's handling it. It's handling it like a champ. Oh, kind of. We're dropping speed. Oh, there's a park here.
I'm in race mode. I got to remember that my throttle cuts at 35. It should be 50, but yeah, we need a bit of a head start for this. Hopefully there's no cars. Oh, throttle cut there by itself. It's chugging. It's not going past 27, 28-ish. Ooh, it really doesn't like going uphill. Hmm. 25, 26.
Yeah, overall, not bad. Not bad at all. I do think, hop off this really quick. Put that kickstand on, do a little walk around. So the speaker generally would be about right here. As you can see, I electrical taped it off. This is the fork that was 50-50 going back and forth. But overall, I think it's great. The headlight is kind of 50-50 as well. Kind of like dog shit. I'm not going to lie to you. Everything else seems to be pretty solid. No range phobia. I did swap these out for BMX/motorcycle grips. And I do have something called Pass On, which is going to be the push assist disabler. So as you can see, I can just throttle it and it's going to go. I do prefer that, especially for going up steep inclines. I think that's going to be it for the review, honestly. I don't think there's much else to be said. You're definitely, my only advice when picking one of these up is just get to learn it. Figure out how comfortable you are riding one of them. If you have to, learn it like my girlfriend did in eco mode. And then push it to sport when you're ready for that. I don't want to get lost. I have no idea where the fuck I am. And yeah, you should be absolutely fine. I mean, I use this thing. It's like better than Uber Eats, man. Why pay overpriced Uber Eats prices when you can literally scoot right down to anything you want? Pick it up, throw it in a backpack, and go home with it, man. Oh, my kid loves Gatorade. Grab a Gatorade, get myself a Monster. And that's a curb. Let's see. I don't really want to mess it up, but... Oh, yeah, right up the curb. We just had to do a little bit of a hop. Holy shit. And this is what I came up. Dude, this is steep. Okay, so look. If I put it on the throttle, as soon as I get to 20... No. Yeah, as soon as I put it on to 20, it gave me a jerk. That's not ideal. And then we limited to 20 again. That was a little uncomfortable. But yeah, really cool thing. Really cool. I would highly recommend you use the Allen key that came with the set to adjust the throttle to a position you like. And remember, you're not pushing on the throttle, you're rolling on it. So almost like a motorcycle, you're going to roll into it.
So overall final verdict after using this thing and putting about 80 kilometers on it over the course of 3 days, I would say I've had no real issues with it. And other than the tiny little hiccups that CUNFON was, generous enough and obviously nice enough to offer and hold up their warranty, even buying it off Amazon and considering how sketchy that is when it comes to coming to get warranty issue stuff done, they've been great. And honestly, the thing is super fun to ride. I bring it inside, put it in my office, and I kind of like 20 minutes later just want to like wish I left it outside so that I can go and continue to ride it. It's also crazy that I have about 12 or 11 hours ridden on this thing already in this course of just 3 days, and the battery, even though it's 50-50 with the current charger that I have, it still gets up to its full charge, and you can use it for almost longer than a day depending on how long you're riding. Like I said, 90% down to 20%. I was able to put 40 something kilometers on it, and overall I will update you guys when I get to that 1,000 kilometer ride. I accidentally reset my dash to show how many kilometers it had on it, so now I have to go into the app to see it. But everything is customizable within the app as well. You can go in and set your speed limits for each mode. Park is limited to 6 kilometers an hour. Eco is limited to 15. Sport is 20. And then if you put it in race, you get that full 50. I'm going to be honest, with like most scooters, it's not a very accurate dash. It's usually about 3 to 4 kilometers off of the actual speed it says. At the end of the day, I give this scooter a solid rating, and I can't wait to try some more out on the channel.